We are now on to the Rift. BYG, they're aware of the pressure that perhaps PSG want to set up in the bot lane and are trying to counter it thusly. Feng and Stage2 going to claim themselves these lane bushes as Arja and Junji are pushing towards the top side.
Yeah, but he did go for the Halo Blade, so this lane's going to be really rough for Beyond, especially since Feng had to take Cleanse. I think it was correct to take Cleanse this game.
Yeah,
if he can get any sort of lead on the solution, yeah, he can destroy this comp from PSG.
Minions have spawned.
So it's not. I definitely feel like PSG won the draft, but they do have to execute on it. It's very volatile.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing going wrong really could spell disaster for PSG. It feels like they really are going to have to try and prioritize the objectives quite a lot. They have so much pressure around this Ahri and the Xin Zhao, and of course the Renekton as well, that I feel like they're going to be doing a disservice to their comp if they aren't able to find early dragons, the Void Grubs, and the likes.
So, in my opinion, the correct way to play Poppy is to do your red buff on red side and then run to the enemy Gromp. But I'm not sure that Xin is a champ you can do that against. I've seen Poppy into Vi do it a lot, but I'm not sure if Xin just wins.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure either. 116 going to find a fantastic trade for himself.
Yeah. Maple procs electrocute. Trade is still not even close.
Oh. Maybe showing Woody not quite the same level of expertise on the Nico as Orca. It's funny talking about a champ like Nico and then comparing how the supports player.
Yeah. So there is just going to be a lot of this for Beyond's bot lane. They do have a Poppy who's very good into Kalista. So maybe Husha can run down here and help them out, but
so I think, well, looking at the bot lane CS, it is already quite heavily in favor here of Betty, which is to be expected. I imagine there's probably a fairly decent sized wave crashing, but I mean, for this to be a 10 CS lead already is always going to feel pretty good.
yeah.
Lucian also pretty much out of mana, so there's never ever going to be any threat onto these two bot laners of PSG for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it has the cookies at least.
Yeah, but the 50 mana is kind of only going to allow him to get one Relentless Pursuit. As you see, he has gone He's down only 6 CS, which is an entire wave at 3.5 minutes, but
so
somewhat salvageable perhaps.
In their early game, a lot of the time PSG play around Aja in the top lane. They pick him priority champs, and Junjia goes straight to his lane and tries to invade or set up ganks with him. And he has a good opportunity to this game, but I think he was predicting Husha to run to the bot lane, which Husha did path that direction too. So I think at least initially, both junglers are playing to the bot side, but we could see Junjia up in the top lane very soon. It's about that time. Junjia just seems to get a kill at level 4 in top lane every game.
I think in the recent series, even though they had Smolder, he actually got a kill level 4 in the bot lane. He just pulls off magic tricks.
Yeah.
Arja's doing a pretty good job withering that Driver Gregor Storm.
Yeah, into the counter pick. Not getting killed at level 3 or whatever, this Renekton.
Who did that?
I can't remember. It was Jiang PSG who ended up losing a late game with the Orianna Nocturne combo, right?
Against that was against CFO, yeah.
They've kind of been shying away from it ever since.
It didn't really, I mean, it looked really good mid-game that game, but
yeah,
it does just fall off as soon as items can come through that just shut down almost 2 entire champions. You know, it's just like, well, I think Shun on the Lucian that game purchased a Zonya's, at which point...
Yeah, they kept kind of just trying it, right?
Yeah, to kind of no avail. Back in the game now, though, of course. 10 CS lead for 116 in the mid lane, so doing very well for himself. It's something we've almost come to expect of Karma, is just to find herself a lead, but 10 is generally more than you would perhaps expect.
Yeah, doing very well for himself. In the bot lane, Beyond's bot lane are hanging in there, and if they can keep it to about a 10 CS difference.
Okay, with the bot lane now here, Maple not quite with mid priority, and 116 is going to go back to answer that wave. It's going to be BYG backing away and allowing PSG to have this first dragon. 6 minutes in, which is an extremely early start.
Yeah, Husha was there, but there was no hope of ever contesting this.
Yeah, not with Feng on no mana,
and I'm not sure if he'll get away with doing the Void Grubs. There's so much prio mid from the Karma that maybe Maple just can't come to contest this. And yeah, it doesn't look like PSG will contest. And honestly, as the team that's going to have most of the prio in this early game, especially in bot and top, you don't care too much about the Void Grubs.
No.
Only Karma's going to get anywhere near her lane's tower. And even you don't expect Karma to just be hitting tower against an Arizen.
Ooh, I just bought a cull. I like that. You're not killing driver, so why not just get some extra gold for yourself?
Yeah, he's not killing you either.
Yeah.
First back for Gragas is always just HP and mana. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that Karma champion feels cool.
Yeah. And
it was nerfed on our most recent patch.
Okay, 14.6.
Yeah, the one that came out this morning. Well, depending where you live, I suppose.
Yeah, and they are maintaining about 10 CS difference in the bot lane, which is perfectly fine for Beyond.
This is a bigger wave for PSG, and Junji is here to perhaps look for something onto the bot side.
Yeah, they're hiding in the bush. Feng does have both.
Junji is... Oh, he's got the perfect pocket of vision. Husha is here, and Junji is going to be able to spot him out. He's going to get smashed against the wall. It was a nice in-zao ult to deny any follow-up damage coming through, and 116 being with priority in the mid lane means that it is just going to be PSG walking away from the play. Top lane, though, RJ's popped that Dominus, and Explosive Cast comes out to deny any follow-up damage coming through from RJ on the Renekton. Action across the rift, but no real results in any regard, and right now it feels like BYG are clawing slightly ahead simply due to mid lane CS difference.
Yeah, and just the nature of the comps, right? It's not...
Oh, nice bubble. Feng with the culling now. Not going to land a whole lot of damage onto Betty, as it was largely blocked up there by the clone of Nico.
Yeah, Beyond are using their mid prio so well. Driver, or Aja, has walked halfway to mid, but Karma's not even here to be flashed on by a Renekton or anything. And they use their mid prio to run Karma down and make sure their bot lane can safely crash. Here's Husha.
Yeah, and Betty's going to be all by himself. Steadfast Presence means he can't even auto-take to try to get away. And a fantastically found first gank here. BYG on the board first.
Yeah, that was so nice by Husha. He ults away Woody so that no peel can come through for Betty, and Feng very decisively flashes onto the Kalista. Yeah, wave sucks, as the observers are highlighting, but you're still very happy with that if you are Beyond bot lane.
Sure, Jinji trying to find this time to perhaps pick up the blue buff, and actually does.
Yeah, wins the smite fight. So a little bit back for PSG, but you're still happy with that. As win condition for Beyond, we were talking about it, is the Lucian. There's not a whole lot to shut him down this game. And this was just so nice from Junjia. We're going to see it from PSG's perspective. Or no, we're not.
Oh.
Yeah, Woody almost blocks the ult there with his W.
Maybe if Betty flashes earlier?
Yeah, maybe.
Because you can buffer the Poppy headbutt, so it actually hits you the other way. Similar to Alistair.
Oh, so it hits you the other way. I've seen it where you can flash and the Poppy just kind of dashes at nothing and doesn't.
Yeah, maybe
push
it's
you.
like that. I can't remember. I just know that if you flash while the charge is going off, then you can either be hit the other way or not be hit, yeah. But either way, regardless, Husha being able to pull the trigger fast enough means that it is going to be first blood found, and Junji are once again going to win a smite fight.
Yeah.
Off his former substitute. Mantra Q coming through here from 116. There is a Zinzao ult available. Nice charm from Maple as they're looking for this play. And Husha, he's going to be able to get that blast cone. Maple, though, is going to be able to follow him, as well as Junjia. That's another reset here on the Spirit Rush. 1, 2, charm. Will it connect? No, it won't. 116 with the fancy footwork. Does manage to survive on a slither of HP, but it's PSG with complete prio around this top side of the jungle.
Yep. Nothing can fight this Ahri Zin this early. We've seen the combo before, and it just does way too much damage, can chase up these kills so easily.
As well as deny damage, right? That Zinzao was critical there, and ensuring 116 couldn't actually trade back onto him, despite being the first one with move from their bottom lane. I mean, mid lane, sorry.
Yeah, and it really sucks to go for that fight with Malignance in base. 116 just backed with it. He would have had his item before Maple, certainly, but Maple grabs an assist and backs for his own Malignance, so mid lane stays even.
Yeah, BYG now, they're looking for this dragon. Mid lane priority, as well as the first move currently in the bottom side, means that it's almost certainly going to be picked up by them, and that's really critical because, once again, PSG, they can run out of steam in this game. Junjia, though, he might not be willing to give it over. No ult available means that there's no real way out if he does go in, and it is just going to be smited away. Husha picking that one up for himself.
Yeah, no flash now for 1116, though, is kind of scary. Though Junjia won't go for the gank yet. Maple still got some time left before his ult is up.
Yeah, we are roaming down this bot side. It would be a 3v4 as things stand. Nice culling onto Betty means that he's lost the vast majority of his health, and BYG have done a fantastic job of weathering the bottom lane power that can come through out of this Nico and Kalista.
Yeah, it feels like they're winning bot lane at this point. Had prio for that dragon, landed a massive trade to just shut down that gank. As well as Husha, I think, ulting Junjia away. So he couldn't find a flank onto the Lucian Nami. By the time Ahri got to bot lane, they were just so low. And yeah, it's safe to say Beyond, with the help of a gank or two, definitely won this bot lane.
Yeah, 3 plates now as well. Should have obviously completed for Fing, as you're seeing there on your screen.
Yeah, and Betty went for this serrated Dirk and couldn't get enough of a lead or any advantage at all to justify it. So he's way behind Feng. Driver's been working on this tower in the meanwhile. Felt like Renekton had prio for most of the lane, but Roa finished now.
Yeah, very cheap item. Is also skipping boots, so we'll have it first. RJ, surely he's going Sundered Sky, I believe.
The gold is all Beyond. So we'll see how PSG manage to navigate this mid-game. They're not massively behind, but they're kind of meant to be massively ahead. Their window where they're a stronger skirmish team isn't over yet, so they are still stronger despite the gold lead.
Yeah, I think it truly won't be over until they're like 3 items. They've got a long time to be the stronger team in skirmishes, but eventually that time will elapse, and it's just going to be Feng that's pretty untouchable in these fights, as he is almost picking up his 2nd item in that rapid fire cannon as we speak.
Yeah, I think the question this game is, can Beyond be disciplined enough when they feel like they're at an advantage? Can they be disciplined enough to recognize that they can just sit around and kind of just win this game off of their composition? Or will they just force plays like we've seen in the past? They get Driver ahead on some split push threat like a Gwen, but they'll just permanently force fights in mid lane without Driver or force Driver to rotate.
Bot lane tower for PSG is getting incredibly low. Culling is going to take out that clone of Nico and find a bit of damage here onto Kalista, which does confirm first tower being picked up for the bot side of BYG. Obviously, it came with a lot of help from Husha, but doing a fantastic job, and they're really setting up Feng to be a true carry threat here in the first game of our best of 5.
Yeah, we'll see how these team fights go for Woody, but at this point, you'd really rather have a Renata, I think. Renata is so impactful in team fights, and so good paired with the Kalista to keep her alive. Maybe they can chuck the Nico in with the Kalista and get some big ults in the team fights. But I don't think it's going to be as impactful as a Renata would be. Stay true.
Yeah, Chum comes out. That is one dead fish.
Yeah, doesn't flash in time and goes down. Driver should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's not taking all that much damage. Junjia, though, turning around. Charm does go wide there from Maple on the Ari, and it's going to be PSG starting up this Rift Herald. Arja down the bot side, and the bot lane of PSG are here for this fight. Of course, there is no Nami, but with Stage2 on the way, it could quickly become a 4v5. Arja with teleport maybe looking to come up. In fact, he will. He's found a flank. Flash from 116 early as Junjia gets hit back into that Karma. In comes Arja, though, with the Dominus Poct. He has to get grounded by that steadfast presence. And Betty's taken down to 1 HP here, is able to survive. But Junjia will not be able to. And the flash forward from Feng on the Lucian does secure himself that second kill of the team fight.
Yeah, was that a rapid fire auto? Yeah, he already has rapid fire at 15 minutes. And I genuinely thought this was going to be deja vu beyond forcing a 4v5 for no reason, but they actually play the fight slowly enough that Nami gets here in time, and as soon as Stage2 shows up, the fight turns around. He can give so much damage to Feng that PSG just start melting. And yeah, they end up just losing 116's flash. Feng flashes to finish off a kill, but they get the Herald and win the fight.
Yeah, absolutely they do. And take a look at the replay here. I mean, it does just start with the teleport coming in.
Yeah, I thought Beyond were just completely tossing the game at this point, because you knew the Renekton was going to TP. 1116 does get his flash off and get away, and Driver bumps Junjia into him, which I thought might have been a disaster as well, but look how tanky this Gragas is.
Husha also altered away Woody, so no Nico ult could come through.
Right. Yeah, Driver manages to tank up a full combo in a CC out of every champ on the enemy team and still ends up flashing in. Beyond on the Dragon, but PSG have split them up a bit now.
Yeah, teleport coming through. This is Driver. Betty's going to have to be so careful. In fact, Driver's just going to hunt him down. Maybe not. Explosive cast comes out. It's fantastic, but it's a follow-up tidal wave, but it's not really going to connect as Fade's call used. Driver is the target of absolutely everything, and he's going to go down. Arja claiming that one. Culling coming through. Takes Junjia down to a very low amount of health, but Beyond do secure the Dragon in the meanwhile. So now 2 dragons to 1 in favor of BYG. The team fight, though, 1 kill to 0 for PSG.
Yeah, I think you're not happy with that at all as PSG.
No.
I don't think that's how Beyond planned for it to go either, but they'll take the Dragon.
Oh, Pop Blossom coming through, lands on a Feng. He does have that cleanse to get himself out, and now they're trying to find some damage on Ahusha. Arja's actually tanking up for quite a while, but long enough as Feng going to claim himself yet another kill. He's 4-0 now on the Lucian and looking really like he's going to carry this game.
Yeah, with the Karma and Anami, this Lucian is so hard to deal with. You saw in that fight, you can land the Nico ult onto him with Woody's flash there, but once he cleanses, it's so hard to land any follow-up. Can you really land a Xin knock-up, a Renekton stun, or an Ahri charm on this Lucian? Probably not, and that is why this Lucian can be such a problem. They're going to have to find some very coordinated team fights to kill this Lucian. Once the Lucian goes down, if they can get him, there's not all that much threat coming from the side of Beyond. Driver is going to go full tank after this Roa. Karma can't really solo carry a fight. So that is a win condition for them, but it's going to be really difficult to do.
Yeah, I think Beyond have all the pieces of this puzzle, and now it's up to them to ensure they put it all together. Of course, they've given themselves the best opportunity they can. 4-0 on the Lucian, almost completed the Infinity Edge. Betty's still sitting only at the 1 item. Not even got the upgraded boots, despite being the Callista.
Yeah, decided to just rush to his blade. I think they did fix some kind of bug with Callista on brown boots. Yeah. I remember seeing something like that in the patch notes.
Yeah, it's so... Before, how it basically worked is your dash speed scales off your move speed, and before the brown boots didn't. And so they fixed that bug, but really not that impactful. The attack speed and upgraded boots feel a whole lot better, and Feng going forward, Culling claims himself 1, dashes forward, claims himself a 2nd, and Maple even losing that Spirit Rushes. We now have a 6-0 Lucian on the Rift. Feng, he's truly so far ahead now, it's hard to see what PSG truly can do. Even there, just an immediate dash forward and takes off half of Maple's health and just the 2 auto attacks. Betty and Maple really not able to do anything without that Nico, without that Xin Zhao anywhere nearby.
Yeah, and it feels like this game has just gotten away from PSG.
Yeah.
Really nice ult from Husha. He's looked so good on the Poppy. Doesn't seem like a pick they were worried about coming out of him at all. It's a pretty common pick into the Callista when you see it. But they didn't stress about it at all, and Driver gets Ahri's ult at the end there after the double kill.
The BYG coaching staff, understandably very happy about how things are going.
Yeah, you've got to be. No notes this game. No slip-ups from Beyond as far as I can tell.
You know, weathering this storm about as well as you could ever imagine. And now, I mean, 20 minutes, Baron has spawned. You don't have the most amount of Baron damage in the world if you are the side of BYG. Honestly, PSG may even still do it quicker with the fact they do have the Ahri alongside that Kalista.
Yeah, with the Blade of the Rune King, you're always going to do it pretty quick, and Zin's not a slouch at doing the Baron either.
116, be careful. There are two people just sitting there waiting for you in this bush. It's going to be Woody alongside RJ, and Junji has just decided to join the fray as well. Woody, he's going to be able to land a Pop Blossom or something here for sure. RJ lands the stun. There's going to be the follow-up. Nice flash from 116 to get him out of that. Husha, though, is going to get knocked up, and Maple has joined the team fight. He's able to land the charm. That Karma's getting knocked up as well. That's one kill. RJ claiming it. This team fight might not be looking so good. It's being taken down half HP. He gets the culling out. Maple, though, one charm could be the difference maker. Cleanse available for Thorfing. Fantastic explosive cast coming out of Driver as Betty almost arriving to the team fight. Demacian Justice is going to come through as it's going to be Junjia taken out so quickly. Thing menacing here on the Lucian. Top lane tower now not likely to be too long for this world.
Every time Fang autos on the Lucian, a member of PSG is losing about half of their HP without any spells used. It was a good go from PSG to manage to find a 1-for-1 there in the first place. But this Lucian compared to the Kalista, when the Kalista can't win her lane like she should be able to, it's not even comparable, and the Lucian is 2 items up now. 116, they actually played really well to keep him alive for as long as they did. But the moment Feng arrived, he just started headshotting people on the Lucian.
Yeah, now Dragon number 3, possibly on the cards for BYG, is the Ocean Soul, of course, is what they work towards. And with the leave they've garnered for themselves, you have to feel pretty good about their chances. Now, 2 items is completed for Maple on the Ahri. We've seen Ahri's takeover games, and Maple is no slouch on any champion. Charm lands on Feng. Through comes the cleanse. It's going to get out the Spirit Rush of Maple on the Ahri. Explosive Cask also used, but the cleanse for that Ahri ult means that this is an absolute clear favorite for BYG, as they do claim themselves Soul Point now. And Feng, he does lose his cleanse. There's about 3 minutes for PSG to possibly punish that.
Yeah, you could honestly tell PSG were happy as soon as they got the Lucian cleanse off of him. They immediately all left. Now that the Lucian cleanse is down, you have an angle into this next fight. Woody's flash is up with the Nico ulti. So they need to wait for Maple's ult to come up on the Ahri, and then they can maybe somehow kill
could
Feng.
be in a world of trouble here. Steadfast presence come through. He's going to get knocked up against that wall, and Feng, is he able to find the damage? He absolutely is, but it's not quite going to take down Junji, as he is able to live on just a slither of health. I've seen that a lot of this game. Now the 7-0 Lucian and the boys are headed towards this Baron.
Yeah, Junjia had to base. Will Beyond hit it? Looks like they will on Vision. Junjia is going to take a while to get here. I don't think they burn it all that quickly.
Yeah, the Lucian is 3 items, so it's a bit quicker than you may expect, but they are going to get off. RJ going to get explosive cast. Does he even get the Dominus off? He does, but it's too little too late. He does get taken down near on immediately. 40 seconds now for that Croc to respawn. Junjia's rejoined the fray, and Maple's lost half his HP to that Mantra Q. And now, what are BYG going to do? They can obviously go for this Baron. It still feels a little bit scary, but with Maple with such low HP, it might just be completely okay.
Yeah, Maple goes down to a sneeze from Lucian at this point. Driver's still full HP, 116 the same.
15 seconds left on RJ, and that's a really big, obviously, objective for BYG to try and pick up the Baron before. You don't want this Croc rejoining. Teleport available, flash available, no ult importantly, but still, they're going to turn off of this Baron, and through comes Husha on the Poppy. Pop Blossom does land, it's onto 2, but neither of those are this Lucian. It's 116 as well as Husha, and they're not going to feel all that phase. Betty, he's getting chased down by Driver. The charm comes through. Maple maybe saving his AD carry. Nearly going down. Explosive cast. Feng, flash forward, double auto attack, and it's another kill for Feng on the Lucian.
Yeah, grabs Maple's flash with it too, and I mean, Driver was fighting the Kalista that entire time, and it wasn't particularly close. 2-man bubble as the Nico ulti lands there from Stage2. Made that fight very one-sided. Betty put about all of that damage into Driver during that fight.
Yeah, Driver not really getting too worried about it. There's going to be the Baron now picked up for the side of BYG as they are so close to claiming their stamp here with the first game of the series.
So Driver just zones Betty out of the fight. I'm not sure this is entirely worth it as it lets Woody just get in and land a big Pop Blossom here, but this two-man bubble just kind of seals the deal. The fight wasn't looking particularly close to begin with, and Driver was about 60% HP after, as you saw, taking 3-point-something K damage from the Kalista.
Oh, Feng.
Feng, no cleanse.
He does have
it's
cleanse,
back
no
up.
flash. Oh, no. Oh, Woody's dead.
Yeah, they decide to not even go for it. They probably don't win that in a 2v2.
Yeah, I doubt they do. With the tidal wave available, probably buys enough time for Feng to dash on out, and at which point Arja's never going to be able to really do all that much damage as the Renekton. Now, bot lane in a tower is going to be taken out, of course.
Yeah.
11-0 Lucian pretty much secures whatever they want to take, should be theirs as he is working towards his fourth and very close to having his fourth item. To bet he's only 1 and 2 halves.
Yeah, and
sounds weird to say, but it's just what's happened here. And Culling coming through, it's onto Junjia, and Junjia is going to have to return to base. As you see, he has no health left, and no one really does.
And I really like to see the Mikhails out of Stage2 as a second item here. Their win condition is getting the solution while his cleanse is down. Now he has a Mikhails as well. You're kind of running out of CC between the cleanse and the Mikhails.
Teleport.
Now.
Teleport's coming through. It's going to be Maple. He's found a flank here on the Ari, but it's going to be Junjia who does pop that ult, and RJ trying to find some damage here. Pop Blossom comes through. It's only onto 2. It's onto both the tanks. Maple comes through. He's able to find a big chunk here onto the Nami, but in the meanwhile, it's going to be Woody going down. It's going to be RJ going down, and Driver is just spending all his time onto these two. Carriage Feng jumping into that tower. You certainly aren't strong enough to tank up 2 Nexus towers, but 5v3 even here in favor of BYG, and such a strong Lucian after 27 minutes and really no faltering. BYG, they're going to put their real mark on the series as they take game number 1 up against PSG.
Yeah, we were not expecting that at all.
No, we were not.
A very cleanly played game from Feng.